Okay, so a quick tank update before we carry on. I have removed the piece of rock that was in the center, that little island I had. There's no reason. I just just made the place look a bit like too much was going on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just leave that empty for the minute. I don't know what I'm going to put there at the moment. I've got these new colonies I got from Umi corals. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put the other 2 colonies either side of this coral that's already there. Now they are on bits of rock anyway, so they can sit nicely on the sandbed. There's enough light there, so they'll be nice and happy. And the flow here is ridiculous as well, because this coral is actually loving the flow. If you can see that, yeah. So there's enough flow in there, and I'll be fine. So at the moment they are acclimating, and then I'm going to dip them in a minute and then put them in. Okay, so the corals are being dipped now. So that is the bonsai, and I don't know what this one is too sure. I'll ask Ashley, but that's definitely a bonsai at the back there. I'm just going to place this on the sandbed, and what I use to dip my corals, I use Revive. Revive is really good. I remember getting a coral from another store and had flatworms on there, and after a while you can actually see the flatworms actually melting from the Revive. That's how good this product is. Now let's talk about why I just purchased another heater for my aquarium. Right guys, so temperature is a very important thing for an aquarium. So during the summer you need to ensure the temperature doesn't go too high, and during the winter you need to ensure that the temperature doesn't get too low. Now heaters are the way that you maintain temperature in a tank, right? So when you have your heater, you need to ensure that the temperature is set to the right one, or whatever range that you've set. So mine is from 25 to about 26.5. Now the way I do this, yeah, is with my Apex. Now there are 2 types of heaters you could get. You could get like this one here, and I'll open this box in a minute, and you can get like a titanium kind of heater where it's literally a heating element connected to a monitor or a controller. Okay, so the second heater that we use within the hobby is a heater with a thermostat on it. Now this is an Eheim heater, and I've used Eheim heaters from day dot on my aquarium. Now this one is rated to about 200 liters. So my aquarium is between 140 and 200. So this is perfect, and this is actually what I use on my tank at the moment. Now the thing I love about this heater, I can actually calibrate this heater. So for example, I put this, or the way I did it, I put it in a bucket of water for a couple of hours, then I tested the temperature. If for example the temperature said it was 24, I'll literally just use the little tab here, bring it down to 24, and then I know that this is what the heater is calibrated to. So if I wanted the heater to be 25, I'll make the adjustment on the wheel here, test the water in a couple of more hours or a couple of hours after, just to ensure that it's actually on 25. And because this is actually a spare heater, I'll probably just leave it there for the day, and throughout the day just keep testing the water temperature to see if it's maintaining around 25 degrees. Now another plus for having a heater with thermostat is the fact that you can use it with your Apex controller or your DH or whatever controller that you're using to ensure you have a backup. Say for example, if there's a freak accident or something went wrong with the heater itself and the heater couldn't shut off or it couldn't turn off, your monitor or your controller can actually cut power to your heater to prevent it from basically cooking your tank. Now it goes the other way. If for some unknown reason, yeah, your controller, your monitor does not recognize when it should go off temperature wise, the fact that you have a thermostat on here can actually prevent your heater from basically cooking your tank. Yeah, so that's the reason why I chose Eheim heaters or a heater with thermostat, just for that added peace of mind from both having a controller and having a thermostat on there. So I've got basically a 2-prong approach. Yeah, so if you guys have any comments on my methodology or the way I'm thinking, just leave in the comments below guys, and let's have a discussion. Maybe there's something I'm missing, but this heater along with a controller, yeah, it's really ensured that my temperature remains stable within my aquarium. Yeah, so that's why I've chosen Eheim heaters, or heaters with that can be calibrated with thermostats on there for my aquarium. Now that's just my preference. You may want to choose a titanium heater, that's all up to you. I'm just telling you what I do for my system. Yeah, and the reason I got another heater is just for that added peace of mind. So if that heater, which is about 3 years old, if that heater just goes, I have a spare one ready to rock and just put in there, because my Apex is constantly monitoring my temperature and will alert me if my temperature drops below 24.5. Yeah, 24.5. Yeah, so it's all good. So the corals have all been placed into the tank now. I'm just going to give the tank a little wipe down and put the lid back on there. I'm going to show you guys a couple of seconds of what they look like. Both colonies had bits broken off during shipping, so I've just glued them back on. That will overcross in a couple of months anyway. Should be all right. Guys, thanks for subscribing. 600 subscribers, yeah? Respect. Thank you so much for the support. I'll see you next time.